Yes.
Hello.
Hello. I was just
Hey.
about to say yes. I was like,
Okay.
I cut free, so we were just talking about baseball, and I was like, fuck, are you ready? And there was just like this stunned,
Gotcha. I mean,
this stunned moment.
Fucking intro song was running out, and I was like, yo.
Yeah.
Hey.
We don't want to go for the full
everyone.
loop.
Welcome to Pass Up
Hey,
Podcast.
guys.
We made it to another Friday. It's December. It's December.
Can you believe it?
No. I feel like March was like 2 weeks ago. I say this every week, but I feel like March was 2 weeks ago. I don't know what happened. But
I don't know, man.
welcome to Pass Up Podcast. I'm That Dutch Geek.
I'm Sodu33, and we're joined by Freeced.
Yes.
It's me, Freeced. How's it going?
None of us are familiar with.
No.
So this will be an adventure. We had a little sort of a green room sort of intro warm up in the past like 45 minutes maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I got my bowl of only blue M&Ms as requested. Thank you for that.
Yeah, what else is on your rider?
As per my rider, I like to have 2 gerbils. I like them to fight.
Okay.
I like to have 4 cups of tea. 2 are for drinking. 2 are for pouring on the gerbils.
What kind of tea?
PG tips.
All the same? 4
Always
cups all
PG
the same?
tips. 4 cups all the same. PG tips.
Okay.
The 2 for pouring on the gerbils are stronger, hotter, larger.
Oh God.
It's funny because when I used to study like entertainment studies, I was gonna plan on becoming like an event organizer type of person, and we got like examples of writers that were like publicly that were published from like some A-list celebrities, and there's some wild shit on those things, man. Some people request the weirdest fucking shit. Like, it's
I feel like they did a game maybe on Good Mythical Morning at some point where they went through like celebrity writers and they were like, is this really on this celebrity's list or whatever? Like, yeah, I don't
would
know.
believe anything.
Yeah, because, dude,
Like, I
can
would
you
believe
imagine like what's on
anything on, like-
Kanye's rider?
I was thinking like Mick Jagger, but yeah, like Kanye for
Can you
sure.
put heroin on a rider?
I'm
don't-
sure you can.
I'm sure
I
you
feel like
can.
Mick Jagger can, right?
Dude, if Snoop Dogg
Yeah.
has a show somewhere, you bet your ass there's like this amount of marijuana on that rider. Even though it's illegal, they're gonna make sure that they have that, or else he's just not coming. Let's be
Right.
fucking real.
Definitely.
I mean, I don't know. I can't think of any crazy examples off the top of my head, but it's just like weird shit like
Steve Aoki wants a rubber inflatable boat.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
because he
Wait, a
always
boat?
at shows he always puts the boat on top of the crowd and then jumps into the
Right.
boat and like
Okay.
rides the crowd in the boat.
that makes
So it's
that makes
literally
more
a rider.
sense. Because like
But,
when
if he
I
puts
think
it on his
rider, I think
rider, so,
dressing
like,
room.
He has to make the location makes sure that they have the boat for him, and like
Yeah.
he always throws cakes at the crowd as well or some shit, and like
Okay.
location has to make
That's
sure
like
that the cakes are
saying-
there.
It's like saying that your writer is like, okay, I'll perform, but I have to have a microphone. Like, it's part of
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, but like there's also like fucking like you joked about like the bowl of blue Skittles, but there was like one where it's
Yeah.
like or blue M&Ms, whatever it was, either or colored candies, whatever. There was one, I forget who it was, but it was like literally a bowl of M&Ms, but all the yellow ones had to be removed or some shit like that. Like it's like, huh? Bitch, what does it matter?
Do you guys think M&M's taste different based on the color?
No.
Blind test, no. If I'm looking at them, yeah.
Do you know what Smarties are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think so, unless there's something different there.
Basically M&M's.
Oh, so no.
Yeah, Smarties
Right,
over
so-
here are like little chocolates with like a colored candy coating.
Okay.
around.
Yeah.
Here they're like, do you have sweet tarts? Like,
I don't know.
they're like little like they come in a tube that's like the length of like a tube of chapstick, but like narrower in like diameter, and they're these little like discs.
Oh,
Do you have Pez? It's kind of like
yes,
Pez.
yeah. I was
Okay.
thinking Parma Violets. Parma Violets are so delicious. Oh, that's my favorite Halloween candy right there. Is Parma Violets. They are these little tiny discs, and they're purple, and they come in a little like plastic wrapper.
Okay.
And they taste, I guess, like violet. I don't know what the actual flavor is supposed to be. I guess like violet. Like, is that a flavor? But they are so delicious. Easily my favorite Halloween candy. But So Smarties here, interestingly, they also come in a tube, but it's like a cardboard tube that's like the size of a glue stick or something. The orange ones do taste of orange. Like that is absolutely, that's a fact, right?
Is that a fact or is that a fact?
No, that's a fact. Like orange M&Ms taste obviously just like M&Ms, but I'm telling you, like Smarties taste different based on the color.
But is that like confirmed or is that your experience? Because you're,
Okay.
So I'm saying, got to do a double blind test.
Do orange Smarties taste different?
Just the orange
okay. All Smarties are the same flavor, apart from the orange ones, which are flavored with orange oil. There you go.
Why
Wow.
just the orange ones? That's weird.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Dude, in fact, they did a special, like, I guess, limited run Smarties that was just orange ones. A tube of just the orange ones.
Wow.
Huh.
Because, I mean, I guess chocolate and orange go very well together.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So the orange ones will always complement a handful of Smarties. Whereas if you were to make each individual color taste of something, they might end up clashing, and they might not all go well with chocolate, right? So I
Fair,
guess that
I
makes
guess.
sense.
Wait, where does the chocolate factor? Are the rest chocolate flavored?
Well, all
It's just-
Smarties,
it's just like M&Ms.
It's like an M&M.
Candy
There's like-
coated.
Oh,
chocolate.
right. You said it was like M&Ms. Right,
Yeah.
right.
So they're not exactly the same. I think they're a little like more elliptical, like than round.
They're like flat and round.
Yeah.
Wide M&Ms.
Yeah.
Yes.
White
White
skinny
M&Ms,
M&Ms.
and one of them tastes of orange, which I feel so like.
Huh.
I feel so validated now that I just googled that. And,
Yeah, I mean,
and
fair. I
that's a
thought
fun
you
fact.
were being crazy, but hey.
Is there more like... I feel like the U.S. doesn't have a lot of like orange chocolate stuff. Like that's not a very common flavor here.
It's a very.
Oh,
I
dude,
feel like it
it's
is very
super
common
over here, and
In
it's
fact,
so good.
There's a thing called a Terry's chocolate orange,
Yeah.
which is literally like a sphere that you like smack and it breaks off into segments, like half moon shaped segments, like an orange.
I've
And
heard
it's
legends.
chocolate orange. That's good shit.
And those, I think you guys have them as well, but they're called different, Duke. But there's these little like biscuits,
Jaffa cakes.
Jaffa cakes, right? We call them Pims over here, but like it's like just this.
Pims is a drink here.
Oh, there you go. But it's just like this like little sponge cake with like orange like jelly in it, and then covered in chocolate, and it's so fucking good. Oh,
You don't.
and I'm a fat man,
everybody's
so I know my snacks. guys.
snacks. Everybody's snacks sound better than what we have here. I feel like we have good like
Once
fast
upon a
food,
time,
but like
your
the
fast food
snacks.
is unequaled. Absolutely. I am so envious of American fast food. But this one time I got a box from Amazon of just like American candy.
okay.
And other than like Swedish fish, which I guess isn't even really American candy,
Not really.
it was all kind of whack.
What do they send? What do they send? What represents America? To,
The ones
What's
that
the American
were
ambassador
outstandingly
candy?
bad
Okay.
there was a Charleston chew.
okay, nobody eats those.
No, I know, but a Charleston chew is basically a big Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
And Tootsie Rolls
yeah.
are fucking gross.
Oh, okay. I don't hate Tootsie Rolls.
Like,
Wait, Charleston Chew isn't that like is that the long boy, like the big
Yeah.
boy? Yeah.
The long boy, yeah.
what else was there? There was Swedish fish, which I loved. There were Nuds, which is
Okay.
they were okay. I mean, we have
They're fine.
I think they're called Millions. Basically the same thing. I just don't think quite as tangy. Man, there might have been some Hershey's stuff, but we have Hershey's here.
You were raving about.
There had to be like a Snickers bar, right?
Well, we have Snickers here,
We
so
have
that's
those
not
over here as
exceptional.
well.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do we just have here?
You
you
were
probably have
raving. There was
Reese's
one thing that
Cups.
you really liked in that box that you bought like a fucking pound bag of separately later.
No,
on.
okay. Peanut butter, specifically peanut butter M&Ms.
Those are.
Oh yeah,
fire.
peanut
Those
butter
are
M&Ms
fire.
are dope. Yeah, I
So-
like peanut M&Ms, but peanut butter M&Ms are like S
We
tier.
don't get peanut butter M&Ms here. I ended up buying a bag, literally imported it from America, basically,
Worth
because
it.
I paid a
Worth it.
ridiculous amount for like a kilogram bag of peanut butter M&Ms because they were good. Oh, and Jolly Ranchers.
Oh yeah, I like a Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Ranchers are really good, and I also bought like a 6-pound bag of Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah,
and
you
they are
were
still
sucking
on my
those things
fridge,
for
and I
months.
literally my nearest death experience was almost choking on a Jolly Rancher. I was sucking on it, and it just went into my throat, and I was like, no, seriously, at the point, like, oh, dude, that was the scariest moment of my life
Wow.
so far.
Those say a Jolly Rancher like they're a weird hard candy because like it's a hard candy, but it's unexpectedly sticky. Like if you get it in your teeth, it's just there.
Yeah.
Like I have almost fused my jaw shut with the Jolly Rancher before because I underestimated its sort of tensile strength.
You've got that terrifying moment where you're like, do I try and prise my jaw apart, or are my teeth just gonna come out? You know, you're like,
Yeah, I'm like full like Dr. DeSoto. I don't know if that's a reference anyone's gonna understand, but
no,
it's a children's book about this doctor who's like a mouse, and he like glues this fox's mouth shut. For all of my children's literature fans out there,
Dr. DeSoto. I mean, it looks
Dr. DeSoto.
looks adorable.
It is pretty adorable.
By William
I own that
Steig.
book. I own that book specifically in Spanish. I don't know why.
Nice.
Can you give us any lines?
Well, doctor in Spanish is just doctor, so not a lot I can do there. Médico, maybe? I don't know. He's a dentist.
I'm looking at the
I
cover,
think
and
s-
he's just
and he
standing
glues
in
the
his
fox's
fox's
mouth
mouth.
shut, huh?
I think it says that he's a raton in the book. I forget if he's like a rat or a mouse.
He was just stood. He's like got his bottom feet on the fox's lower jaw, and the fox's mouth is open.
Fully just like, yeah.
Why'd he glue it shut? That seems kind of mean.
Yeah.
Well, because the fox is gonna eat him, so he's like. So here's the story of Dr. DeSoto, right? The fox comes in, he's like, I've got this toothache, and the dentist is like, all right, well, I'll fix that for you. The fox is like, when the mouse gets in my mouth, I'm just gonna eat him, right? Like that's the plan.
Right.
So then, like, the mouse is like, oh, yo, before you go, I'm gonna do this like treatment on your teeth that makes them super strong. So just like clench your jaw shut real quick, and I'm gonna like paint the stuff on your teeth, and it's glue. So he's
It's
like,
fucked up.
yeah, it's one of those
kinda
classic
fucked
like
up.
small animal outsmarts the predator type things.
Yeah.
That's like a very, I think, like British folklore type of thing. I don't know where the book was written.
When I was a kid, I used to watch this. We had a VHS tape of the Grimm Tales, which was
Yeah,
why can't I remember his name?
familiar.
A very, very funny British comedian who not recently, but he passed away in the last 10 years or so, and I can't remember his name. But he reads these stories, which are all by the brothers Grimm, I guess. And they are
Is
awful.
Eddie Izzard still alive? Was it Eddie Izzard?
It wasn't Eddie Izzard. It was... Oh, man. He was in, I think, I want to say Blackadder, but I don't remember.
Oh. Well, who's dead from Blackadder? Because who I know from Blackadder is like
Rick
Rowan
Mail.
Atkinson, Stephen Fry. Oh, okay.
Was Rick Mail
Stephen
Blackadder?
Fry's in Blackadder?
Was he? Yeah.
That's wild, dude. I haven't.
I think Hugh Laurie is, too.
Seen
Yes,
Blackadder
Hugh Laurie is, yeah.
in so long.
Have you ever seen a bit of Fry and Laurie?
That's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Dude, it's so good. It like...
Yeah. I'm a huge
man.
fan of Stephen Fry and Hugh Laurie, like, together.
I had no idea, and like until probably years after I'd seen QI, which is like what Stephen Fry was doing
Yeah.
for the longest time, and then like House, right?
Dude, I fucking love House.
Yeah.
And then you find out like Hugh Laurie is British and has been in
Oh my god.
years worth of comedy, and I saw a bit of Fry and Laurie, and I was like,
Yeah, because he and Stephen Fry were at school together. I forget if it was Cambridge or Oxford, but like they did comedy all through that.
you it's just like I never saw that coming. I must have been, because at that point, the only thing I'd seen with Hugh Laurie was House, and like
Yeah.
he
I
plays.
love
an
how many
old
people
American.
like, especially Americans, like didn't know that Hugh Laurie was
I mean, I didn't
British.
know he was British until like a few years ago. I think it's gonna.
You know.
I don't know.
I grew up watching Jeeves and Wooster, so he's like extremely British in that, and that's with Stephen Fry, and so like when I watched House later, I was like, oh, his American accent is really good, and that's like all I thought
Right.
of it.
Yeah, it was the. I don't think there was a moment where I was like, wow, he does a really good British accent. I hope it was just a moment where I realized he was English, but because I feel like the other way around, it's very rare that you get someone that's an American person that does a convincing English accent, right?
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. I think is pretty
Yes. He's definitely one of the few exceptions. I'm trying to think.
Alan Tudyk. Is Alan Tudyk American or is he Canadian?
Oh, I have no
remember.
idea.
But he's really good.
Who's Jack Sparrow?
Johnny Depp.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
Jack Sparrow isn't super British, I guess. I guess
but he
like,
definitely has some of like some British flavor in him.
Yeah,
when
he's definitely like
Yeah.
just a well kind of. It's a whole way of talking that is just very well done, obviously by Johnny Depp. The same revelation was that Christian Bale
Is
was
Welsh.
Oh.
Welsh. Yeah.
Oh, he's Welsh. I didn't know he was Welsh. I knew he was like British. I didn't know he was Welsh.
God, did you ever see? They're on the set for I want to say for Dark Knight, but it could have been Dark Knight.
Is it the one where he's
Rises,
just like raging?
where he's just fuming at that guy?
Dude.
Yeah, I've
Oh
seen that,
my
yeah.
God, dude.
Apparently, he's a nightmare to work with.
Nightmare. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, and this happens a lot. Like that came out, and then obviously everyone is like, "Oh my God, Christian Bale is a horrible man." But then like the truth, I guess, like as it slowly unfolds, is like he'd been on that set for so long and had been already working for so long and like in character or whatever, and like. You, I guess, kind of have to cut him a bit of slack. It was a fucking meltdown. And
Yeah, like he goes off. Like,
yeah, but holy shit. Okay, so we haven't actually even started talking about anything yet.
no, that's how these things go typically. The first like 20 minutes to half an hour is just, oh, hey, did you guys know orange Smarties taste like orange? Like,
Right.
It's just.
We were talking about American candy. I'm gonna look up right now. The box that I got, just so I can, because I feel like I'm missing a lot.
Can I tell you what I would
listed.
put in an American candy box if I were to? Now this is not knowing like what other places have. This is just like based on I feel like the main candies.
Yeah, what do you think is representative?
Okay, so like a Snickers, which other places have, but like I would put a Snickers. I would put Reese's peanut butter cups. I would put a Butterfinger. Maybe a Payday. Maybe. I don't know if anybody but me eats those.
No idea what that is.
I would put Milk Duds, Junior Mints, M&Ms. Probably I would put peanut or peanut butter M&Ms. Probably peanut.
I would have
M&Ms.
to say just peanut butter for the sake of I've never seen them outside of the US, so that's a solid choice.
I would maybe put some Nerds. I would put a roll of our Smarties. Yeah. Then there's some weird term confusion because like a Milky Way here is like different.
Oh
than
yeah,
there.
we
Like
came
a
to
Three
the
Musketeers
revelation.
as well.
Yeah, we had this
came to the
conversation.
revelation.
So
After watching Good Mythical Morning and them doing their Halloween candy stuff, and
Yeah.
apparently what you guys have as a Milky Way is a Mars bar here, and what
Yeah.
our Milky Way is here, you guys call
Three Musketeers.
Three
That's Three
Musketeers.
Musketeers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
you also have
so
Mars
you don't
bars,
just
right?
have Mars bars?
I think we might have them. I think Canada has Mars bars for sure.
What the fuck is a Mars bar over there? Is it just a Milky Way with a different wrapper then, I guess?
Maybe.
No, because there's a Mars.
just Shit's wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who knows? I found the exact box that I bought,
Okay.
and a lot of what you see, and I'm gonna also I have some criticisms here because, and we've mentioned it a couple times. I watch Good Mythical Morning daily, right?
Yeah.
Love that show, okay? It's a great slice of American culture at the same time. And obviously they've done
Definitely.
the worst and best Halloween candies and stuff like that, so you see stuff over there that we don't have here. You mentioned, wait, what was the bar that you mentioned that you said no one else probably eats?
Payday?
Oh, Payday.
Payday. What's in a Payday?
It's just a shit ton of peanuts. I can swear, right? Just a shit ton of peanuts and caramel, like holding it together.
Okay. Oh, right, yeah. And what's in a Butterfinger? Because there wasn't a Butterfinger in the box that I got, and that seems to be a really fucking...
Oh.
I've had a
they're
Butterfinger
so good.
before, and I don't think they're very great.
Was that
my
when
God, I love
Soko...
Butterfingers.
Did Soko bring you one?
I had an American
It's
buddy
like-
come over, brought me a bunch of shit.
It's it's covered in chocolate, and then the inside is like, I don't know, like a flaky toffee type thing.
I think we might have something similar.
It's so good.
It was the consistency. Like I didn't like the crunch. I guess I don't know. It was weird. Like I expected it to be soft,
Oh,
and then I bit
okay.
into it, and it was crunchy, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Well, we have
It's
a
like,
Crunchy Bar.
it melts in
I
your
don't-
mouth, I think.
The Crunchy Bar is a fucking great... It's like... I want to say it's
Is
not
that the same thing as a
honeycomb.
Nestle Crunch? Oh, no, that's different.
And now I'm looking
Oh,
at
a
what
Nestle Crunch. I would put a
is.
Nestle Crunch into the box. I like how we're
Crunch.
still talking about candy. We like kind
Hell
of
yeah, bro.
transition and then we're like just back to talking about
Yeah,
candy.
back
It's
to
not a
that.
Nestle Crunch. Oh, dude, wait, doesn't this have a really funny ad? Nestle Crunch? Is that?
Yeah, it's like I love Nestle Crunch.
Oh,
There's a
my
lot of
God.
memes on it.
Oh
where
God,
people,
dude, I'm
like-
watching it right now. This little like bowl cut kid. Nestle Crunch. Okay. Anyway. Oh, and then the chick gets fucking RKO'd by a horse. Okay. So
I don't think I've
yes.
seen it.
in the box we had Jolly Ranchers,
Yeah.
Airheads, which
Oh yeah. I'd put those in. Yeah, for sure.
Airheads are dope. Yeah.
I like an airhead.
had some Warheads, sour
Oh,
chewy
warheads.
cubes.
Yo. Oh wait, you like the chewy ones?
yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't put the chewy ones. I'd put the warheads hard candies.
Milk Duds were in there. Did not like them. Did not think they were good.
Really?
So in
Wow.
the UK we have this bag of candy called Revels.
Okay,
And Revels
I think I'm familiar.
is just an assortment of stuff that's coated in chocolate, and you don't know what it is, right? And that's half the fun. And so
That's fun.
there's one that tastes like orange, one that tastes like coffee. One has a raisin in it, obviously the worst one. One with that like hard kind of, is it caramel? Yeah, like that Milk Dud
Okay.
style kind of caramel, really chewy. And the other one is a Malteser.
It's
which-
like a Whopper, right?
Yes, yeah. Revels is the best way to go. The chocolate caramel, like the Milk Duds thing, it's like the worst thing out of the Revels besides the raisins. So, yeah, I don't know. Wasn't a big fan.
Why are raisins getting hate, huh? What's wrong with raisins?
Because you don't
I think
you
it's-
don't whip open a pack of Revels
Dude, chocolate
to
covered
eat the raisins.
I've gone out and bought like a tub of like chocolate covered raisins. And I had a
Here's the
great
thing,
time.
though.
I would buy a
I-
tub
I
of
would
chocolate
say,
covered
like-
raisins.
Yeah. If you're expecting a raisin, there's nothing wrong with a raisin. If you're
That's
not
fair
expecting
enough, I guess.
a raisin is the worst thing on earth. Like if you
Actually,
bite into
okay.
a cookie and you think it's chocolate chip and it's raisins, like your day is just down the
Oh
drain.
yeah.
no, okay, that's
Oh
fair,
dude,
yeah,
those like they're kind of like shortbread cookies or whatever, and they like you see the little dark kind of like speck, and you're like, oh, it's got chocolate chips, dude. And then you bite into it, and it's like dude.
You get what I'm talking about.
The thing with Revels, so you can tell which ones the raisins are most obviously, because a raisin coated in chocolate doesn't have that same spherical nature as everything else in the bag, so they all get left at the bottom. But yeah, so Milk Duds, fucking just strawberry Kool-Aid, strawberry kiwi Kool-Aid.
Like a pack of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't get
Interesting.
it. I don't get it. So okay, we have squash in the UK. It's literally what I'm drinking right now, which is just like a liquid that tastes like fruit, and then you dilute it with
Yeah.
water.
So a funny thing about squash, I grew up reading a lot of like British books, especially older British books, and or I guess I could just say English literature. And like there would be so many times where they would say like they drank lemon squash. And I was like,
Right.
that is disgusting. Who puts squash in a drink? I thought it was like lemon and squash.
Like a
Oh,
butternut
right,
squash.
right.
Like a butternut squash.
Yeah, so squash is like cordial, I guess.
It's like I think it's like you squash the fruit, and that's why it's called that.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, it's like just a concentrate. It's like just a very concentrated syrup or like cordial, and then you dilute it. I gotta say though, lemon squash is gross. So you weren't wrong.
Lemon squash is just lemonade, right? Except that lemonade is fizzy there.
Oh, here we go.
lemonade is fizzy here.
Yeah.
No, lemon squash though I imagine has less sugar, because I've had lime cordial and it's like just like lime juice, but it's not good. Like lime cordial is not good. But yeah,
So not a fan of
lemonade is
Kool-Aid.
fizzy. Lemonade's fizzy over here, and it blows my mind that people think that's weird. But although they have fizzy iced tea in the Netherlands, and only in the
And it's-
Netherlands.
and
That
it's
sounds
lit.
good.
It's
I
fun.
used to
really
mix-
good.
Yeah, I used to mix like Coke and iced tea to get that buzz.
Yeah, it's by a company called Lipton, and they do a bunch
Yes.
of teas here.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
and,
I mean,
they have.
I know
Yeah,
Lipton.
I didn't know it was just a Dutch specific thing. And then Duke came over. He's been in my place a couple times now, and I don't know. Like I always, that's my go-to like drink. Is just I buy like sugar-free carbonized iced tea. That's just like my go-to. Like, oh, I wanna have a soda. That's what I grab. And I don't know. Like it blew his
That sounds
mind,
great.
and I was like, huh. And then I looked it up, and it's apparently it's a thing exclusive to the Netherlands. And I was like,
Yeah, because I tried to buy it, and obviously we can only get the
Yeah.
still iced tea here, and now still iced tea is just not the same. I have a
Also
soda
freak
freak
stream.
out
it's
if you
not
tried
the
to sell that here. Oh yeah.
I have a
Is
soda
that-
stream, but
is
I
that
don't know if it
good?
would go down too well.
Yeah. I'm leery of a soda stream. I keep thinking about I think
It
about
makes
it all the
great
time.
sparkling water, but they
Okay.
don't recommend putting anything else in it. I remember when I lived in Germany, we had a soda stream that was like, I feel like it was way more magical in my memory than it actually was, but I swear it worked kind of like one of those what are they called? The coffee machines where you like put a pod in and then it shoots out good coffee.
Oh,
I want to say it has a K in it. I'm
Keurig?
thinking Tassimo.
Keurig.
Keurig.
Keurig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keurig. I think it worked like a Keurig where you had like these flavors and then you had like
Yeah.
water and it would make basically a soda, but then there was like cola flavor and you were just drinking shit Coke. Like it wasn't good. So like you could just buy Coke. But then when I
Yeah.
was that age, I was drinking the gold can Coke because caffeine made me unbearable. The diet caffeine free Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just never heard it called Gold Can Coke before.
Well, it's because it's in the gold can, right?
Yeah. Gold Can Coke though, that's like a name for something. That'd be my street name, I think. Like if I was like
Gold Can
out
Coke.
like peddling
comes Gold Can
snow,
Coke.
you know?
Oh yeah.
Yo,
You have like a
it's Gold Can Coke.
It's like the fucking typical like playground bully, dude. Cold can Coke. Or Gold Can
Coke. No, or it's like a Western villain, you know? It's like kind of like clank of spurs, you know, the saloon door like bursts open. It's like
Everyone goes
the
quiet.
piano stops, you know. It's like it's Gold Can Coke and the caffeine kids
caffeine free kids, more like.
and the decaf kids.
The decaf kids. Oh, gold can Coke and the decaf kids. This is just a marketing campaign at this point.
Absolutely. What the fuck?
Because then you could
Is-
also do like decaf, like they wrangle cattle and calves. It's like a cat, you know.
Man, the
do something
scenario
with that.
just writes itself at this point, dude. What the fuck?
Straight up. Oh man. Here comes what's his name? Gold can Coke.
Gold Can Coke and the decaf kids.
Oh fuck.
Shit.
Okay, so moving on to what the rest of the shit that was in this box that I tried.
Sure.
Lemon heads and
Yeah.
two
Those
different
are fine.
flavors. They weren't great. They're okay. Boston baked beans.
Those are something, aren't they?
They
Is that
were
the,
really
the
good.
sugar-coated peanuts?
Okay.
Just
I like
sugar-coated
them.
peanuts. I thought they were
I like
great.
Yeah.
They're
But
good.
I'd never heard of them, and I looked at them, and I was like, these must be from, like, before America was independent. Like, the packaging and everything is so old school. Same with,
That's
like,
the thing about
Charleston Chew.
them. They have like, I feel like Boston baked beans are like the most likely American candy to go down well in other countries because they're unlike any other American candy. There's nothing like that.
Yeah, I can definitely, I agree
Yeah.
with that. It came with a Tootsie Roll and Charleston Chew, like I already said, and I just didn't get it. I think it's a Hershey's chocolate thing. Like, I don't get it at all. You have like Cadbury's over there,
Yeah,
right?
I've heard people say, yeah, we have it, but it's like rare. Hershey's is like the main, and most chocolate is pretty similar to Hershey's here, unless it's like dark chocolate, which is even further from Cadbury's. But like I've heard a lot of people say from Europe that like Hershey's just tastes disgusting. Like a lot of people say it's
Yeah.
like bitter.
Yeah. There's just something
Because
not
chocolate
quite
is
right
so
about
much
it.
sweeter there. Yeah, I tried some British chocolate and it was like ridiculously sweet.
Cadbury's Dairy
I mean,
Milk
I-
is very
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I liked
Galaxy
it,
as well.
but I've had a Galaxy. Yeah.
I think I had a Galaxy at one point.
What?
I don't know.
So they have Tony's Chocolonely
Yeah, dude.
in.
Tony's Chocolonely.
I gotta say,
Yeah,
I'll
it's
send you a
basically-
picture
it's-
later because it's amazing.
It's like you have this bar, right? And normally chocolate bars like these rectangles, right? These like little individual blocks that you can break off.
Yeah.
The whole shtick for Tony Chocolonely is the pieces are uneven
Okay.
because they're fair trade, and their whole thing is like because the people that farm the cocoa beans don't get an equal amount, you don't get an equal amount of chocolate in each piece. That's kind of their shtick.
Ah.
But it's I don't know, it's just their thing, and to raise awareness and whatever the fuck. But it's,
I mean,
it's good chocolate.
at a glance, I feel like you go into like the confectionery aisle in a supermarket here, and it's like, well, okay, dairy milk is very omnipresent. Like there's rows of dairy milk. It's in that classic like purple packaging, and you've got like dairy milk fruit and nut and dairy milk caramel and all of this. But we walked into this aisle in this supermarket, and like it's like a rainbow. Like every Tony's Chocolonely, there's so many different things, and they are all these beautiful like bright pastel colors,
like Willy Wonka style.
Straight up Willy Wonka. It was so
wrappers,
amazing.
yeah.
I gotta send you the picture later because it was like dazzling. Woo! Never seen anything like it in my life.
we do like our chocolate over here, dude. There's like a lot of big. Like,
yeah, but it's like there wasn't even. There was no other brand, right? Like maybe there was on another shelf.
There was, but like because Tony's Chocolonely has like so many different bars, and each supermarket's shelf stocks those. They basically have the dedicated like shelf, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a fucking marvel to behold. Did you know? Speaking of supermarket shelf stacking, did you know that Heinz baked beans deliberately design their cans so that they don't stack properly one on top of each other?
Why?
No? Why?
So that when you put their cans on the shelf, you have to stack them sideways so that they take up way more space.
Wow.
Which is like the shittiest thing that like, because it's not consumer friendly. Because when you get home and you want to put your beans in the fridge, the Heinz is like, you can't fucking.
Wait, you
stack
put your
one on top
beans
of
in the
other.
fridge?
I meant the cupboard. I don't know why I said the fridge.
Okay, I was like, that is a bigger revelation than anything
No,
I've heard
I meant
so
the
far.
cupboard. I meant the cupboard. I'm sorry.
Do you put the ketchup in the fridge?
Yes.
No. Oh boy.
It's divisive, isn't it?
Hmm.
Everybody that I know here puts it in the fridge, but like I've heard some people say like that's crazy. Why would you?
No,
put
it's
it in
not.
the fridge?
I get it, but we don't.
Because
Like
I
we
don't
have,
put any of my other like hot sauces or anything in the fridge.
Hot sauce,
Just
no.
the ketchup.
I we put
Barbecue sauce, yes.
like we put like
Yeah.
mayo in the fridge,
Oh, for sure, it's egg.
Yeah,
based.
because mayo
But-
goes nasty.
but like ketchup, barbecue sauce, and all that shit. Nah, it just goes into a fucking cupboard, dude.
I've recently been on a weird barbecue sauce kick with I can't even remember the brand, but then they do this other barbecue sauce that is nothing like barbecue sauce, and it is the most amazing thing. It's like it's called Steakhouse barbecue sauce, but it's basically it's
It's like
very
A1?
it's very tomatoey,
Okay.
but it's so
Not like
good.
A1.
Oh my lord. But apparently, dude, how are we talking about barbecue sauce right now?
I'm just along for the ride, man.
Okay, what's an iconic barbecue sauce?
Okay, I can't think of barbecue sauce without like just running through my head. You know the Jones barbecue and foot massage
Yes.
video?
Yeah.
that plays in that lives in my head rent free. It's just in there. I'm trying to think of an actual
it deserves a
Sweet
spot.
Baby Ray's.
Yes,
That's one.
right.
Iconic, yeah.
Sweet
I've
Baby
had Jack
Ray's is
Daniel's
like
barbecue
the
sauce.
one.
That shit's pretty good.
Jack Daniel's barbecue
Yeah.
sauce is good. So we don't get Sweet Baby Ray's here, and it's like obviously, oh dude, how many? I keep getting these like flashes of introspection where I'm like, how many times am I going to talk about Rhett and Link?
Uh-huh.
But obviously they've done a barbecue sauce taste test. They're Southern boys,
Yeah.
like they know their barbecue, dude. And apparently Sweet Baby Ray's
Carolina
is
boys.
incredible. Yeah, and I'm like, I gotta try it, but we don't have it on shelves here, and I'm not about to pay like £40 or whatever the fuck to import a bottle of barbecue sauce. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Baby Ruth. Thoughts
Okay.
on Baby Ruth?
Yeah, I've maybe had one once.
I don't think it. I mean, I think it's very okay. Did you know it's not named after Babe Ruth? First of all,
I did know that it's named after like the president's baby or something like
Yeah.
that. I forget who it was.
I can't. Whoever invented it was like, "Yo, there's a
Like-
baby called Ruth. Let's call it Baby Ruth."
Yeah.
That was pretty much it.
I forget who was the who was the sitting
The
president.
entire
at the time.
boardroom clapped.
Oh, it's like
Was it the
Mercedes,
president's baby or
right?
like somebody else's?
I was probably like the inventors of Baby Ruth because I don't even know
Okay.
how big the. I mean, it's Nestle now. I can't imagine.
Oh yeah. Maybe it was like the inventor's baby.
Because it's like Baby Ruth is old school. There's peanuts
Yeah.
in Baby Ruth and it's like just peanuts. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
it's not caramel coated, not peanut butter, not infused. It's just
Yeah.
peanuts.
You know
I
what? I'd
didn't-
probably
didn't
take a
expect
Baby
it.
Ruth over a Mr. Good bar, because that's
What
another
the
thing
fuck
that's
is a
just
Mr.
peanuts
What
and
the hell is
chocolate.
that?
What is that?
It's just like chocolate with peanuts in it.
Oh.
Hmm.
I think that's every. Oh, Laffy Taffy, some shitty bubble gum.
Oh yeah,
Bubblicious
Oh,
grape bubble gum.
bubble. Oh, you know what I go for a grape bubble gum is the Big League Chew ground ball grape.
I
'Cause it's
see.
like, you know,
I
Big
thought
League
it would have
Chew?
been Big League Chew, not Bubblicious. I'd never even heard of Bubblicious, but I tell
Yeah.
you what, it tasted
I love
like
Big League
not
Chew.
very much going in. Not much flavor, and then it lost that not much flavor within like 5 minutes of
Yep.
chewing it. I didn't see the
Yep.
point.
I'm not a big fan of like bubble gum in general for that reason, but I mean I gotta love Big League Chew because like Big League Chew.
Sure.
We have this one here. It's banana flavored.
Oh.
Juicy
Ooh.
fruits. Juicy fruits.
Okay, yeah.
Gum.
Yeah, we have juicy fruit.
And dude, the banana one is absolutely bomb. Well, that was pretty much everything, though. I gotta say, like, even from just off the top of my head, I think I know better chocolates that I could have put in here than Charleston fucking Chew. No one eats them. No one eats them. It's like circus peanuts.
Oh my god. Yeah, they're just
How are they
packing
still in
peanuts.
business?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No clue.
Did you have
I've not
did
seen
you,
anybody eat one in like I
They
think the last
only
time
come
that
around at
I-
Halloween, right?
Not even at Halloween. Like, there's some like shitty candy that comes around at Halloween that you do see then that you don't see other times of the year. But like, I've not seen anybody eat or even like have those circus peanuts in like 15 years. Like, I don't know where they. I see them at gas stations occasionally.
Oh,
I have no idea who buys them.
that's
No clue. Here's a controversial opinion, candy
Okay.
opinion.
Oh boy.
Those I don't know if you have those, but like those little like strawberry hard candies that are like hard candy, and then they have like some kind of like strawberry filling in the middle, and they come in a wrapper that looks like a strawberry.
We
I
don't
like
have
those. Everybody
I
like
think-
those are like the candy everybody hates and never
I
wants.
feel like that's the candy
I
you'll
like
see
those.
at like your grandma in like
Yeah,
a bowl.
definitely a grandma candy.
Because I've definitely
Yeah.
we have something similar over here, and it's like instead of strawberry, it's cherry, I believe. And
That
it's
just sounds like
something
lozenges.
you only see them in.
They kind
in,
of are.
Like as soon as someone reaches the age of like 70, they suddenly start
Yeah.
buying them.
Yeah. There
Same with
must be like a
Werther's.
Granny Depot. Yeah, Werther's Originals. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a Granny Depot somewhere that just sells like hard candies.
And it
Like an
sells a
old-
little
they're all
fucking
inspired.
old
People
boxes to
candy
put their
store?
sewing materials in.
Old people candy store. Yeah.
If that's not a thing, it should be, because it would just be, because there's like this like iconic, image of the English sweet shop, right, where it's like
Uh-huh.
shelves of like all stuff everywhere that you get in a pick and mix bag, or you go to the guy and you're like, can I have a £1 pound's worth of this or whatever, right? And like that's like the classic experience. They weigh it out and they put it in a little
Real
bag.
doll kind of thing. Yeah.
I feel if you could like recreate that experience for old people, where it was just a bunch of different hard candies, because there's a fair few different kinds of Werther's Originals, and there's I mean probably an endless supply of different
Gumdrops,
flavored
too.
lozenges and stuff like that. Dude, old people would love that. shit.
I think I like the old people candies. Like I've said for a while that I've been like 60 since I was 20, and like that just every year that number just goes up by like 5 years. I feel like I'm like currently mentally I'm like 70 years old, and like
Oh god,
I
that's
like
bad
old
news.
people candies.
Ready to
I like
retire,
gumdrops. I like jelly beans. I like Werther's, and I like those like hard candies. Yeah,
I'm not
what
a
can I
jelly
say?
beans fan.
Really?
Something about the texture. It's kind of like grainy.
Love a jelly bean. Okay, depends
I
on
don't
the like Jelly
We're
Belly.
really, really talking about candy.
Not even
still,
Jelly
huh?
Belly. Those aren't really grainy. The cheap jelly beans will be grainy.
Definitely
But the
grainy.
Jelly Belly
Okay,
is good to me.
what's your opinion on pumpkin pie?
Okay, I like it. I'm a pretty big fan of pumpkin pie.
Is it
Yeah.
iconic to you?
It's like if I don't have it every year, I feel like I miss something. I'm not a big fan of like pumpkin pie flavored stuff though. So,
What
like,
about
the
pumpkin spice
latte-
flavored stuff?
I just
No?
don't really go for it. I like as far as like fall flavors go, I prefer more of like the apple cider like type stuff.
Okay, here's an interesting one. So apple cider there isn't alcoholic, right?
No, I mean we do have hard cider, but we'd call it hard cider.
Right, and it's not fizzy
I love,
either.
dude. That's my favorite thing about America,
No.
right? Like just hear
Hard
me out,
seltzer.
right?
Yeah, everything.
You have something.
Yeah, you have to
And
specify.
then when it's alcoholic, they have to put hard. You know, it's
Hard.
Honey,
Yeah.
get me a Bud Light hard seltzer. Like,
Okay,
what
nope,
is that?
well,
Yeah, like
Actually,
if you ask
yeah.
for a Bud Seltzer, obviously it's gonna be alcoholic, right? But it's
Yeah,
gotta
but
be a
it's
hard
like
seltzer.
why
Hard
does it have
seltzer.
like I don't know, dude. It's just funny to me. I don't know. It tickles me every time I think about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like in the UK, cider is, I would say,
Alcoholic
majority
fruit.
of people alcoholic and fizzy,
Yeah.
like Strongbow apple cider and shit like that.
Many of my favorite people are alcoholic and fizzy.
Nice. Wait, is that nice?
Define fizzy.
I don't know. Upbeat.
Bubbly.
Don't think about it
eh,
too hard.
No. Okay.
Bubbly. There you go. Yeah, bubbly.
Okay. Right. I said I was gonna open my advent calendar, so for the last
Oh my
candy-related
fucking
thing,
God.
I was gonna segue
Yeah.
into I made a pumpkin pie.
Nobody cares.
Pumpkin pie is not a thing here at all, right? Pumpkin
Okay,
pie is
no.
not a thing here at all, to the point that to get pumpkin puree to make a pumpkin pie, I had to buy it from the States, okay? We got this kind of America's finest pumpkin pie or pumpkin puree, and I made a fucking pie, and it was awesome. But
Nice.
could you tell me what pumpkin even tastes like?
Oh, pumpkin just tastes like nothing. Like it's all the specific spices that people use,
Right.
like that give it that pumpkin flavor. So like pumpkin flavored stuff has no.
It
like,
is the pumpkin spice. Exactly.
Yeah, it's the pumpkin spice.
Because,
yeah.
like, it just seemed, I mean, it was a good ass pie, but it really just seemed like a vessel for sugar and pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Like,
We
there's like
make,
a whole cup of sugar, maple syrup, and pumpkin spice, and then pumpkin.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't even know what pumpkin tastes like, but this pie is fucking good. Like,
You can make a sweet potato pie. That might be easier for you to do.
I mean, you could probably do it exactly the same way, right? Yeah.
Yeah. It just might be easier for you to get sweet
Oh.
potatoes.
Yeah.
Dude, now okay. Now that we're on, like, dude, now you did this, Duke. I want to
Yeah.
know that you did this.
Yeah.
What is the deal, right? Because it's been obviously it was Thanksgiving like last week.
All right. Jerry Seinfeld, what is the deal?
What is the deal with sweet potato casserole topped with marshmallows?
Oh, that
Why?
seems like a very Midwestern
Why is that a thing?
So yeah, my neck of the woods, that's like a, you know what? Probably the South too. It's just like, I don't know. It's just like comfort. That's all I can think of.
But it
It's not
just
something I
seems
had a lot
so,
growing up.
I don't know, like that
like-
concept. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something in my brain is just like nah.
I mean, anything on a
ain't it.
dinner table that has marshmallows on top is a very strange concept,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
like
I'm
ambrosia,
a fan of it.
ambrosia
but,
salad or something like that as well.
I think part of it is like sweet potatoes are kind of healthy, and you have a very hard time convincing Americans to eat anything healthy if you don't like. You have to
Make
kind
it
of like make the
unhealthy.
airplane noise and like put marshmallows on it.
You could
So,
convince
like-
me to eat sweet potato if you put marshmallow in it. That's because I'm not a big fan of sweet potato at all. I think that's because there was a weird phase where like my dad was just suddenly cooking everything with sweet potato, and it just like it was a bad time. But yeah, you could probably convince me to eat sweet potato if you covered it in marshmallows and like blowtorched it, so it was all like kind of.
If I was gonna say if the top is like crispy, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like soggy, forget it.
Okay.
Advent calendar.
Advent calendar time, guys.
Okay.
Peppa
Did you
Pig.
guys ever do advent calendars?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, no, I'm.
But okay, but one thing, like how many little things do you have in
It
there?
has 25. Okay, and now
Why?
don't get mad.
An advent calendar has 31 because it's the entire month of December because it counts
What?
down to New Year's. It
An
counts
advent
down to
calendar
New
has
Year's here.
24.
No, it counts down to New Year's here.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Advent is for Christmas, and it
Yes,
ends
but
on
advent
24.
calendars over here count all the way to New Year's to
that's
New
a-
Year's Eve.
Racket.
I mean,
bro.
that sounds like a bargain. Do advent calendars there also have weed in them? Because if so,
Depends on where you get
I'm on
them.
board.
Oh yeah, I bet you could.
At the
I
coffee
bet
shop,
you could
obviously.
get like edibles.
Oh,
Advent
absolutely,
calendar.
probably, dude.
All right.
Probably.
What fucking day is it? It's the 4th. I need to open the 3rd and the 4th,
Oh,
dude. I
dude,
get...
it's Sinterklaas tomorrow, Duke.
Oh, do you know what? Do you know what Sinterklaas is, priest?
Oh God.
What is it?
Sinterklaas?
What?
Sinterklaas.
Okay.
Sinterklaas.
Here's,
Wait,
dude, this is,
Sinterklaas?
oh, this is so bad. Fuck it. Okay.
Are you saying
Sinterklaas
Santa Claus?
is the Dutch version of Santa Claus. We basically have two
Okay.
Christmases. We have the Dutch version, and then we have, global Christmas.
Okay.
Saint Nicholas.
Is
right?
there
We
one
all know.
where you
We,
put
we all
clogs
know.
out? Is that a thing? I thought there was a tradition where you put clogs out. Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's
That's
a
a thing somewhere.
You
Okay.
put your clogs back in the day, or now it's just shoes, by the chimney, and then overnight, when you wake up, your shoe will have gifts and candy in them. But back in the day, Saint Nicholas freed a lot of slaves and made them work for him instead, under better circumstances, right? Like they weren't slaves; they were just workers,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Employer of the year.
It's a children's holiday where there's this guy in like these red robes, big old hat on him, on his head, riding a white horse, with all these black-faced people, because they climb down chimneys all day every day, so all the soot makes their face and their hands black.
There's no way that's the law.
Yes, it is. And so over here, white and black people alike all color their face to be in the same tone of black and make children happy. But over the last few years, there's a lot of controversy because blackface and
It is.
yeah, blackface is in my
over
culture.
how many
dude.
of the last few years? Like how long?
It's become a real issue. I'd say the past 5 years is when it became like a
5
real
years.
focal point every year, where there's
Yeah.
this vocal minority that make a big deal out of it, to the point that it gets media attention from all across the world, and that really blew it up. But up until then, dude, if you go to, because obviously the Netherlands have had colonies over across the sea, across the Atlantic, Curacao, in the Caribbean, where there's also a lot of black people, and they celebrate the same thing there, and they don't see an issue. But over here in this country, where there's the majority is white people, it's an issue. It's a whole thing, dude. But I mean, yeah, that's Sinterklaas, which is happening tomorrow, the 5th of December. So.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Obviously it's from any outside perspective, it's fucking outrageous, right? Like a holiday,
I mean,
a
we
national
have
holiday, where people just
I think-
get in blackface and go in the
So,
street.
isn't Thanksgiving also kind of fucked up though? If you think about it, oh yeah,
I was gonna
today,
say,
this is the day we killed all the
that's-
natives. Smile.
So Sinterklaas, right? That's problematic because of how it's because of the context shifts, right? It's not
Yeah.
because of what it is, but because of the way that it's perceived. Whereas
Yeah.
we have holidays that are everybody's fine with, but they're literally we have Columbus Day, which celebrates Christopher Columbus, who his whole thing was genocide. That's what he did for a living. And then Thanksgiving, which is just smallpox day. So it's not great.
So there's an
None
amazing
of that is great.
JonTron video about Thanksgiving, and obviously I didn't know anything about the origins of Thanksgiving other than it was something to do with the Pilgrims, right? Yeah. So there's an amazing JonTron video, and if you haven't seen it, I strongly recommend it. But he basically goes through all of the issues with Thanksgiving and the holiday and all that, and basically the Pilgrims left to escape religious persecution, but they were their issue with the religious persecution was that they didn't have the religious freedom to persecute other people for their religion.
Yeah.
Because the Pilgrims
Yeah.
are super Puritan. So they left. They weren't the first people to make it there because there was already a British colony
Yeah.
on America, but they missed by hundreds of miles to the north, where they then landed at what's it called, the Rock,
Plymouth. Yeah.
and
Plymouth Rock.
Yeah, Plymouth Rock. And there's obviously all these great paintings of the Pilgrims landing at Plymouth Rock, and they look really heroic, but in reality they were probably fucking terrified and lost. And then there's paintings of them sharing food with the natives, but it was probably actually just that they needed help not dying because they were in a completely foreign country with no fucking food. It's not as heroic as it's not as heroic as it's made out to be.
Not so
But
much.
who can give up the opportunity every year to just get together and eat a shitload of food, right?
Thanksgiving food is really good.
So, do you have a turkey?
Yeah, we usually do a turkey. I prefer ham, but
What's
turkey
your
is, it's
Christmas? What's your go-to Christmas platter?
So we actually do a thing on like Christmas morning. So like our Christmas breakfast is actually like way more important, just in like specifically in my family, not with like most people here. But like we do we make Scotch eggs, which is like a hard-boiled egg inside of like sausage.
Oh yeah.
We make popovers, and then we do like fruit bowls.
Wait,
we have like our Christmas
what
crackers.
is a popover? Hold on.
A popover? Oh, it's like I don't know. It's like a really fluffy like muffin, but it's just like more of a bread. It's got a lot of air inside it.
Like a biscuit?
They're called popovers. Yeah. It's kind of like a biscuit, but it's like really fluffy, like a lot of air inside, and you make it in essentially a muffin pan, but they're called popovers because like the top is like expands and like pops over the edge.
Wait, I'm gonna Google this, but it sounds like a Yorkshire pudding.
There's nothing inside it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that does sound like a Yorkshire pudding.
I think that's a Yorkshire pudding.
Yorkshire
Yeah.
pudding.
So
I forgot that everything is a pudding.
Like,
let's see.
I always equated Yorkshire puddings here to biscuits there. They don't have much in common, but it seemed like we don't get biscuits and you guys don't get Yorkshire puddings, so it was like the greatest equivalent.
That's pretty actually, yeah. That looks one of these pictures looks exactly like it.
You put what is essentially like a pancake batter pretty much into a muffin tin, and that's the American. Well, today I learned the American equivalent of a Yorkshire pudding is a popover.
There we go. Look at that.
I almost called it a popover. Yorkshire pudding's fucking amazing, but it's not a breakfast thing here. You'd like roast beef, Yorkshire pudding on the side, gravy, fill the Yorkshire pudding up with gravy. Oh man, I love Yorkshire pudding. It's incredible.
I am heavily looking to spend as much time as possible in Yorkshire, because like I've been reading. So I grew up reading like all the James Herriot books.
Right.
So those are all like in Yorkshire, and like he would describe the food in detail, like every single time, and like I've been like dreaming about Yorkshire food like my whole life.
I feel like you're gonna be very disappointed.
I feel like British like cuisine overall is just a bit of a. There was this meme, right, that went like viral a few months ago, where there's just a bunch of like a picture of like, you know, a bunch of like
beige
British
beige
foods.
Yeah.
And it was all just like very dull and gray and.
I've heard that.
A lot
but,
of
like,
eggs. A lot of eggs.
I feel like that's like more the stereotype, or like I feel like the best of British food is not that.
No, probably not.
Like
the best of British food isn't British. That's the thing. That's the crazy thing. So Indian cuisine in the UK is quite a big deal.
That's like Mexican food here, I think.
Yeah. But a lot of what people consider Indian food is like completely invented in England, where it's like
much like Mexican food here.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I want to say the tikka masala curry, it's just completely made. That's made by an English guy, and like, I mean, it's bomb, but you know, it's not actual Indian food, for example. I don't know. When I think of like very typical English food, obviously fish and chips, right? Goes without saying. I think fish and chips is okay, but like.
I like it.
I don't know, stuff that might really like be exciting, like good carvery, like a Sunday carvery is a very British thing, and that is where, I mean it's not exactly high quality or high class, but at pubs like gastropubs and restaurants, they will have just a like, I don't know, like a dinner line, right? You've got like these trays of like 4 different kinds of meat. So you'll have like a cut of lamb, a cut of pork, a cut of beef, and like a turkey or a chicken or something like that. And a guy that will like slice off bits and hook you up. And then you go along and you'll get roast potatoes, roast potatoes are my favorite potatoes ever. and like vegetables, cabbage and broccoli, and then like gravy and horseradish sauce and shit like that. Like that is I think a very British dining experience, is getting a Sunday carvery, because it's just roast dinner, you know? It's just a big old roast dinner that's like basically an all-you-can-eat buffet. That's good shit. Yep.
I know about Sunday carveries, I think, from the In-Betweeners. I think that's like the only place that I've seen one.
Because they have to go and get one to drink, right?
To drink, yeah.
Did you see the American In-Betweeners?
No. Does it suck?
It's really bad.
I figured.
Yeah. I don't understand why they wouldn't just broadcast, because I think it's such a hilarious caricature in a way of like what going to school is like, or like high school and college in England. I think they should just broadcast the actual show. I think people would love it.
I hate when like shows are like Americanized. I mean, like, I think before we started recording, we were talking about The Office a little bit.
Yeah.
And like, I do like the American Office, but like in general, I feel like when shows are like Americanized, it takes away the opportunity for like Americans to just learn about other cultures, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, just watch the show like from the other place.
The thing is that I mean, that point is kind of, I guess, counter to what I'm about to say, but because if you Americanize a show, you're just kind of reciprocating this like echo chamber of American culture, right? So it's like, okay, you're not gonna experience anything else, you're not. But I believe you've seen the UK Office.
Yeah, I think the American Office is better than the UK Office.
The UK Office is a very hard watch, right? Like,
yeah,
it's designed to be the most cringe-worthy kind of comedy, where like,
well, it's like Peep Show.
Peep Show is a little more extreme.
Okay, but it's like, it's hard to watch.
Show, but yeah, it's like where like, I can't remember his name, but Ricky Gervais is just the most insufferable human being, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the US Office, it's very different, where at least after those first couple seasons, because I think they use basically the same script for the
first season, yeah.
First season,
or the first few episodes, anyway.
When it's then like season 2, 3, you start to feel sorry for Michael, whereas for David Brent was his name. David Brent, you just hate him and relate to him as some sort of awful boss figure in an office, right? It's like everyone kind of knows someone like that. So it's a very different kind of comedy where like I would agree. I would say I like the US one better, just because it's far more consumable, and like maybe that brand of British comedy is kind of like losing traction a little bit now. But
like I feel like the typical British comedy is like so like American comedy is like, it's more feel good. It's like the underdog like succeeds, you know, like there's happy endings involved. British comedy, it's kind of just like something terrible happens to somebody, it's probably their fault, and it continues to get worse, and then the episode ends.
Yeah,
and it's kind of like funny. It's funny because it's like it's funny because it's like, it's so, I don't know, it's like partially relatable, I think.
Yeah,
it's also just
definitely, because like I feel like there's a lot more like self-deprecating and kind of bleak stuff in British comedy, where it's like the IT crowd, like.
Right.
They literally just IT consultants, you know?
Yeah.
They tried to make that an American show, but like it didn't hit at all. They Americanized the IT crowd, and it had like fucking, what's his name from Community?
Donald Glover?
No, fucking the guy who plays Jeff. God, fuck.
I don't remember his name.
I don't remember his name, but I know. Yeah.
He was like the lead in the American.
He was
IT
in
crowd.
Spy Kids 4, I think.
Maybe. But he had like the lead in the American IT crowd, and like they broadcast the pilot episode, and then it got cancelled.
Can you imagine if they had Donald Glover play Maurice Moss? Like,
I was gonna say, like,
dude,
he was the only person I could remember, or I guess who is it? Allison Brie, I think, is in Community as well.
Yeah.
I love Allison
But
Brie.
like, he was the only person I could remember who was in Community.
Does she do Glow now? That like women wrestling show
yeah,
on Netflix?
Glow.
Right?
Yeah, she was in Glow.
Excuse me.
With,
Allison Brie was in a women wrestling show. What?
Show on Netflix,
Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling, Glow. It's a Netflix original. I think it might have gotten canceled, but like
it has like 3 or 4 seasons. I'm pretty sure, something like that.
Yeah, it's got a few. It's got Mark Maron in it as well. Mark Maron in Glow is specifically the reason that I decided to grow out a mustache with stubble, like 100%.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now. Mark Maron.
Mark Maron Glow.
That's an interesting choice of inspiration. He looks
because
like...
he looks like a young Stan Lee. He looks like when Stan Lee was like.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh, shit.
With the sort of aviator style spectacles, right? That's a good look though. I hope when I am, in my older years, I can rock aviator spectacles. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Aviators are fucking cool, dude.
Yeah, but like a sunglasses.
I've been thinking about
But for regular glasses, what do you?
It's tough.
It's like
It's tough to pull off.
yeah, because it's
I
definitely.
mean,
like
I
an
already
old
wear
guy
giant
look.
glasses,
Yeah.
so like I feel like for me the switch wouldn't be too difficult. But I've been
it's
thinking
definitely like a '70s look,
Yeah. But
Like
I mean,
that.
I don't know. A lot of stuff comes back, I think you could wear it. You could say it's ironic, I've been thinking about getting like LASIK, so I don't need glasses. But then every time I think about that, I'm like, I've worn glasses since I was 8. I don't know who I am without glasses. Like if I look at that person, I'm like, who is that? Like it doesn't. I would feel so weird not wearing glasses.
Yeah, I mean, and so
Fair,
would everyone who knows you as well. Like
Right.
when that would be a very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think my solution might be to get like blue light glasses so that I actually have like a reason to wear them because I'm in front of a screen all the time.
That's what I do. Like normally I rock these, and it's like they are prescription because I have a little bit of a vision issue, but there's also there's like blue light in it so that because I look at screens a lot, like I don't get like.
I have gunners. I don't need. I should probably get an eye test, but I don't have prescription glasses, but I have gunners because I'm a gamer. No.
The gamer glasses, dude. Look at them. The yellow
Yeah.
fucking.
Oh, there you go.
There
Yeah.
you go, dude.
The straight up gamer glasses. It's kind of expensive to be honest, but
Yeah.
I think they were worth it. Especially since getting I got a ring light and it's
Oh yeah.
your eyes will go.
I got a ring light.
Your eyes will die, dude.
Here, let me cycle through my
Oh yeah.
tints here.
Yeah. There's a good chance you probably have the same one to be honest, because it's very cheap, like 3 color.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh boy.
More laser light show, dude.
Yeah.
I intended to do more Christmas
your
decorating, but
I think your camera is nicer than mine, so it pops more.
oh, we probably have the same one to be fair. You have a Logitech?
I do, but it's really old.
I hate Logitech.
Same.
Yeah.
We all have very consistent issues. When we were starting up, every time I turn my webcam on, like if my PC has restarted, the Logitech software is completely reset, and so my exposure is way high, and my color warmth is just like all the way to blue. It's terrible.
Yeah, like the white balance is all kinds of fucked up, and
trying to get a white balance
way,
or
and,
like any kind of grading. I do like since I edit in DaVinci Resolve, like since that program was originally like meant to be like an industry grade color correction and color grading tool, I just do all my color grading in there. I don't worry about it on the front end because this camera is so bad. it'll just drive me crazy.
The like 2 videos I ever made was in DaVinci Resolve after someone recommended it to me, and I switched from because I did like a trial of Adobe Premiere to see if I'd like it, and Resolve is so much like Adobe Premiere.
And I don't know why. Like I like Vegas, and I know how to use Vegas. I'm just using it.
Do you like it more when it crashes the 3rd time or the 5th time?
See, it happens sometimes, but like I've been doing the YouTube thing consistently for about a month now, and I've never had issues since I picked that up again. So I don't know.
I have Vegas. Like I have a license for it. I got it on a Humble Bundle last year.
Same.
And like I used it for a month. Like I made a lot of stuff in it, and I got so frustrated with it. But I have a friend who had his whole like life and death of like 2 YouTube channels over the course of maybe like 10 years, and he always used Vegas and loved it. So but I hear a lot of people complain about it crashing.
Yeah,
so,
like the only
which is what it did for me.
The only thing that I've had is like occasionally, not even occasionally, like very rarely, but it has happened. It like crashes mid-render, and that's a bit of
that's like the worst time.
it's a bit of a
Especially if you, because I mean, so we do a D&D campaign and we do the podcast, and they're both uploaded to YouTube. So that's some pretty long form shit.
Yeah.
Crashing mid-render of like a 4-hour D&D episode.
Fucking D&D show, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
Very fun. Very fun.
Yeah.
Okay, one question that I wanted to ask both of you guys. When, because I feel like this is going to be different for all three of us, but when is the acceptable time to put Christmas decorations up?
Typically over here, right as Sinterklaas is over.
After it's over?
Yeah, after Sinterklaas. So after December 5th, you're good.
That's so strange.
That's typically the rule of thumb. Yeah, because Christmas and Sinterklaas are very different things here.
But it's St. Nicholas.
Yes. But it's a different holiday. So
are there Sinterklaas related decorations that people do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't, but they exist, and it's not as big as Christmas decorating, but yeah, they exist, and it happens. So for us, typically after December 5th, my fucking parents last week were like, dude, 2020 sucked. I'm putting the Christmas tree up because I want to feel happy. So they did. So they put the Christmas tree up last week. A little early, but I fuck with it. I like the vibe.
Freeced.
I'm like,
when are the Christmas decorations going up?
They don't my family likes Christmas. They put up the decorations. I like winter and like sort of, I don't know, like the like cozy bundle up type of like vibes and everything, but like I'm just not that into like the Christmas aesthetic aside from, I don't know, I like the greenery. I like the wreaths are nice. As far as like specifically Christmas stuff though, like I'm just not really into it. So I just never, for me, just never.
You never put okay.
Fucking Grinch.
There's a lot like there's a wide variety. I feel like the vibe that you like about winters is how my family approaches Christmas decorating.
Yeah.
We have like a garland.
I like the stockings. I like the stockings actually.
Dude, we have like one stocking left at all, and it's like, it's ancient, but it has a little teddy bear like poking out of the top. It's really
okay.
It's adorable.
It's cute.
And we hang it somewhere, but it's not like anything gets put in there or anything. But we have these like long strings that have like pine cones and cinnamon sticks and like all these like things kind of decorating it. Not like really gaudy.
Yeah.
No tinsel. Like.
Okay.
Tinsel
that stuff is everywhere.
It's too tacky, you know. But
you know what I'll say? I think that I actually enjoy like classic, like old, very like traditional Christmas decorations. It's just that like we just don't have that here like anywhere. I mean, our country's not old enough to even have like any sense of like class or like antiquity to it at all. So it's all gaudy here. I don't like any of that.
Definitely like that rustic sort of Christmas vibe. We lived in the middle of absolutely nowhere.
Oh, dude.
Literally,
remember those times?
Our house was on a road that was next to a field. I would look out of my window and see sheep every day. I saw like dozens of sheep because I live in Wales, and that house was so old. I mean, I want to say like 1500s or something. That house was built. It used to be a church. Like, it's got these crazy stone walls and like masonry. Awful, cold, windy house. But like rustic Christmas decorations in that place, bro. That was a good. Christmas vibe. Fucking cold.
I fuck with that.
But it was a good Christmas vibe.
Yeah. If you have if you had like a fireplace and you could like light it up, that's I can vibe with that definitely. So I'll revise. Put your decorations up like 1st of December.
Okay.
Although I guess like here, I don't know. I feel like we can just skip Thanksgiving. We don't need it, so maybe like it's okay to put stuff up in November.
Well, yeah, because I was going to say, I feel like a lot of Americans are... Oh my God, what just happened to my words? A lot of Americans are in the... As soon as Thanksgiving's over, then the Christmas decorations go up. In the UK, we don't really have...
Like a buffer.
We have one holiday in November, and that's Bonfire Night, which...
Is that the Guy Fawkes Day?
Yeah, when we celebrate a guy being killed, which is super cool. And we shoot fireworks in the air, and it's awesome. That's our only really, like... That's our only celebration in November. So I think December 1st here is we haven't yet because there's no good trees around. I don't know, man. But I love Christmas.
We just got a tree. It's
we have a fake tree.
I don't know if it's up yet.
My mom's allergic to pine needles.
What?
So we do a fake tree.
Is it a good fake tree?
Yeah, it's huge, mate.
Huge. Do you when you do a tree, what kind of tree do you go for? Do you go for like a fir? Because we had a Scotch pine one year, and it was like trying to put ornaments on a porcupine.
I don't actually know. The one thing that is the priority is that the needles don't drop.
Yeah.
But they always do. So
yeah.
So I don't know. Other than that, I could not tell you what kind of. The only like fir tree that I can name is the Douglas fir, and that's because of Twin Peaks. I don't know if you've seen Twin Peaks, but dude, did Freeced just freeze in like the most? That's amazing.
I think so, yeah.
He's cheesing, dude. Look at that face. He's having a good ass time. Holy
Look at
fuck.
him, dude. Look at that fucking... That's where it all went wrong. That smile. That damn smile.
That damn smile. Holy fuck. I screenshot it, dude.
Freeced, yeah, exactly. Dude, we've really just been talking for an hour and 15 minutes, and we haven't even gotten to fucking... anything that we said we're gonna talk about.
Well, I mean, there's nothing we need to talk about. That's kind of the best part.
Yeah, it's true. But
yeah.
Fuck me, dude. So while he's frozen, guys, go check out Freeced.
Yeah, straight up. Follow him on Twitter. Check out his YouTube.
A Nerdcore rapper, voice actor, does YouTube. Follow him on Twitter. Show him some love.
Also, I think he's planning on coming to Twitch sometime soon.
Ooh.
But his Twitch channel is Freeced with 6 E's in between. So there you go.
Oh boy, is he coming back? Oh boy.
I can't look at it, dude. It's too funny. It's like he's so like he really looks like he's just like hit the fattest fucking rip, you know? And he is just vibing.
Oh shit. That's fucking funny. That's great. See, shit like this wouldn't. Oh, there he goes.
That might be.
Shit like this wouldn't happen in, you know.
Am I back?
Oh,
hello.
Freeced?
Make it?
Oh, thank
Hello?
God, dude.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
sorry about
we
that.
gotta clip that,
easy.
but that was amazing.
What happened?
You looked like you had just hit the fattest fucking bowl. Like you were like. And dude, Jesus Christ.
If I'd just hit the fattest bowl, you would have heard loud coughing sounds.
Not again.
'Cause I'm weak.
Not again.
Not again.
Not again.
Oh,
I frozen again.
Oh, you froze again for a little bit. Oh,
thank God.
Oh no.
Oh.
I'm good.
Okay.
Wait.
No, my wife, I just dropped out just like and came back. No idea why.
That was...
Yeah, we were just saying while you were frozen, like we haven't talked about anything of any importance. Not that there's
like an
anything that we
expert
need to talk
derailer.
about, but well, I guess we kind of went into this with like no real like specific topics in mind. Like we tried to get a rough idea of like who you are, what you do, but I mean, like I guess there was
just
nothing
mostly been
pressing.
Snacks.
Yeah. Because
That's the whole thing about this fucking podcast. Is just we talk about.
Did I ever say
Whatever.
like what I do? Does anybody know?
No.
No, I mean I have like I set up a command for you that people with your links and your info and stuff in chat, but
Okay,
no,
so
like this has
So
been
I'm a rhythmic
like,
gymnast.
Oh,
Yes.
I perform high wire acts, but I combine it with competitive foosball.
nice
how do you
competitive foosball, huh?
do you like
On a wire.
imagine? Okay, no,
Yeah.
imagine though, because how many people does a foosball table need? Two aside? You could do two aside, right?
One aside.
You go one
So, you can do one or two aside.
One or
over here
two,
is
yeah.
what typically here. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it would have to be two aside because everyone in the high wire act has to have their hands on the table at all times. You couldn't do it with two. It'd be you'd drop it or something, right? It wouldn't be
Oh,
balanced.
I think you swing. You swing from the high wire.
Yeah, no. Here's
I
what I'm
think you
saying.
like hold on to it.
So you're swinging from the high wire, and
Yeah,
all four
foosball
people
table is the
are
high
holding the foosball table handles as you soar,
Okay.
and are playing.
Oh, you're thinking like trapeze. Okay.
What's the difference?
Yeah,
between
let's get
trapeze
this
and high
ironed
wire?
out. I think like a high wire is like like where you just like walk from one side to the other, right?
That's tightrope
Yeah.
It's like
walking.
a tight. Is that different? Is high wire different
Is
from
that
tightrope?
hold on, I'm gonna Google high wire now.
High wire.
Yeah, okay, I Google high wire and it says tightrope walking. Okay. Did you know it's
Tightrope,
also called funambulism?
Sorry?
Funambulism.
Funambulism.
Yep.
That sounds like a condition.
Yeah, the ism.
Like
Hmm.
my uncle's in the hospital. He's got funambulism. He'll be fine, but like it sucks.
That's such a good bit.
Funambulism.
Oh, it's like stick it to the
Funambulism,
maniosis.
Yeah.
From School of Rock. You have
School of
see
Rock.
Oh yeah.
They got stick it to the maniosis. Oh, you could definitely do that with funambulism. Okay, no, yes. So tightrope walking, you'd have to have two parallel tightropes in that case, and
Okay.
everyone would, be playing
I'd
as
watch
you
it.
walked over. But imagine if you just like,
100%.
you just like mid game, you just like, bam, and the other guys.
Did you ever
He's dead?
when you were I won't accuse you of doing this recently, but when you were younger, did you ever like play foosball and try to like poke the other person with the sticks?
In the nuts,
Like, really-
absolutely.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Really quick.
Yeah.
We had a dude when I was in I was like
You got it.
15, 16. We at my school, we had foosball tables. You fucking put €1 in it, so you get to play a game of foosball or whatever. And we would always like, we would like bet. We would like put money on who's gonna win and shit. But like we made money playing foosball during like, whenever we had an hour in between classes or whatever the fuck. And dude, nothing is more frustrating than losing money because you can't defend because someone just poked you in the nuts with the fucking
Oh my
stick, dude.
fucking
Like,
God.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that guy's getting
It's like people fought
castrated
for
next
less,
time around. Just oh my lord.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that divergence,
Divergence, sure.
Freeced is a nerdcore rapper,
Yeah.
screenplay writer,
Okay.
funambulist,
That's not true.
music
Voice
producer,
actor. Voice actor.
voice
Say
actor,
that, yeah.
entertainer,
Certainly.
content creator.
Content machine. How about just talk us through some of how long have you been in the content creation game?
Oh wow. I guess that really depends on like the definition of it. In terms of like putting stuff online, probably like eight or 9 years.
Okay.
Since I was like 13, 14. Because I think I was doing like solidly when I was 14, I started doing like fanfic.
Oh,
and
Oh,
then
shit.
okay.
and then like kind of soon after that, I started doing like music, and it was like it really sucked.
What do you remember? What your first fanfic was?
I remember the first one that I wrote. I never put it online.
Okay.
So when I was younger, I mean, I guess now, but like especially when I was younger, I was a huge Percy Jackson fan.
Right.
And so when I was like 12, 13, I read all those books, like the first 5 anyway. And I got super into it. And at that time, I didn't know about fanfic. I had no clue that there was a such thing as fanfic. But I liked Percy Jackson so much that I was like, I'm going to write my own like original Percy Jackson story. And I was like, nobody's ever done this before. Nobody would have ever thought to do this.
Right.
So I wrote this like a like 20-page story, with like an original character that like took place in that universe and like had some of the like the stuff. And I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna print this out. I'm gonna put it in the mail, and Rick Riordan is gonna love it, and he's gonna adopt me as his son. So I like printed it out. And I had it like ready to go, and I like showed it to some people, and they're like, "Oh, this is a cool fanfic." And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "They're like, yeah, fanfic. Like, if you like Percy Jackson fanfic, you might like these." And they showed me like fanfiction.net or whatever, and
your
there's
world
like
fell apart.
a million of them, and I was like, "Oh." And then even worse, I went on Rick Riordan's blog and had like an interview with him. And one of the questions was like, what do you think about fan fiction? He's like, oh, I don't really like fan fiction. Like, I never read it, obviously. And I was like, oh, okay.
No, dude.
Yeah.
So that was my first fanfic I ever wrote. After that, I wrote a fair amount of stuff, and also was like an editor for a fair amount of stuff in the pony fandom, because that was like my first like big fandom. I was like the brony community.
Wow.
When I was like 14.
Shit,
Yeah,
okay.
which I think is the case for actually like a fair number of nerdcore artists.
Oh yeah, Rustage. Oh my god.
Rustage?
Yeah.
Rustage big time.
That's like
so
yeah.
I was a fan.
Oh dude, no, I think
Yeah.
I remember him listening to one of his like My Little Pony songs or something on stream that
Yeah.
he uploaded. Dude, that blew my mind.
His first stuff, back then he went by Pipsqueak or the Dumplings, and mostly Pipsqueak. And he was 13. He was 13. I was 14. Because his birthday is the 8th. Mine's the 9th, and he's a year younger, which is why I've always remembered it. And so he was making pony music. I think he had like just been invited to his first convention, which was like the Brony UK convention.
That's
for
fucking
Buck.
wild.
Which I think it might have been in Scotland, I forget. But like, yeah, he had just started putting up some of his like earliest raps, and he had 300 subs, and I was like, this kid's super cool. I really like his stuff. So I became like a huge fan of his back then.
That's crazy.
And
That's
then
crazy.
it's
Wild, bro.
Flash forward to now, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he blew
He's
like
the
over the
face
last
of
year. He
nerdcore.
blew up,
Yeah.
bro. That's insane.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we were like a year ago, when we were just like playing Apex with him and just kind of just shooting shit, talking.
Yeah.
To him,
Yeah.
he had like what 50k subs or some shit, and now he's at like what 600k,
Yeah.
some shit like that, 700,
Yeah,
800.
at least.
Like that man blew the fuck up. Wild.
This has been a really good year for nerdcore. Like, in a lot of ways, this year has sucked, obviously, but like,
Yeah.
the growth that I've seen for folks like, I feel like, especially the UK trio, has been insane. Like Shwabadi, Connor
It's-
Quest, and Rustage have all had incredible growth.
Yeah. I'd say it's a good year for nerds, right? I mean,
true.
everyone's
I mean,
staying
people
home.
who stay inside and create things, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
right. I mean, I guess that's not all nerds, but I suppose a lot of us do tend to stay inside and do our nerd thing. And yeah, I mean, what? Okay, when did you write your first song? Specifically a nerdcore song.
Okay.
And had you been writing music before that?
Yeah, so like, I took piano lessons when I was
no.
a kid.
Oh,
Am I frozen again?
Wait, hold up. I think you're back. I think you're back.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't see either of y'all freeze. So, So like, I took piano lessons when I was a kid, and like, I started writing songs like, I don't know. I always had a notebook, and I was just like writing songs in it. So I think one of my earliest songs is just like, it was a song about like how you're a murderer if you don't stop for bugs before they like die in your windshield. It was like a comedy song.
okay.
Then I had another song.
Okay.
I was like 9 or 10 when I wrote these. I had another one that was like about how like you shouldn't fuck with me because I have a big brother.
Nice.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
okay.
And it was like
Oh
super
my god, there's
hardcore.
a fucking fairy tale called The Three Billy Goats Gruff.
Yeah, I'm familiar. That's
Exactly
actually
that message.
essentially, yeah, what that is. Yeah. Doesn't work out
I thought it was so
great
stupid.
for yeah. And then but I think like my first nerdcore stuff, okay, so aside from like not going into. I'll try and think of like the first one that I wrote, and then like maybe the first one that I uploaded.
Sure.
Um,
And are they
the
all
first one that
rap?
I think that the first stuff that I wrote, like in Nerdcore, was rap, because I was so heavily influenced by epic rap battles of history.
Right. Makes sense.
So
it was like a very like early YouTube sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first thing I wrote, I was probably like 12, and I wrote a rap battle. It was like the Duel of the Heroes or Battle of the Heroes from Star Wars Episode 3. So it was Anakin versus Obi-Wan.
Duel of the Fates.
I basically like took. Oh, Duel of the Fates is Episode 1.
Is that Episode 1? Is that not?
Yeah,
when...
that's the Phantom Menace.
Okay, my bad.
I think it's Battle of the Heroes, or it's either Duel or Battle of the Heroes for Episode 3.
When Anakin and Obi-Wan go at it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I took basically their conversation that they're like yelling back and forth, and I like incorporated it and turned it into like a rap battle.
Okay.
So, and I didn't have any way of recording it. I tried to record it using like one of those like Songify apps, and it came out hilarious. So I never did anything with that.
I think so. It's funny you should mention epic rap battles of history, because now I'm like starting to realize that the not the context, but like the format of like a lot of Nerdcore is like character to character, or like a cipher of a bunch of different characters. It seems like a lot of the people now who are in the Nerdcore scene, clearly their like formative creative years were probably around the time that epic rap battles of history was blowing up.
Oh,
and
definitely.
And now you see that kind of reflected with like what Uchiha clan cipher or whatever. That like that's my most basic.
I have a question from chat.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
Okay.
For those that aren't well aware, could you give us your best definition of what Nerdcore is?
Yes, actually, that's a great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's actually I think it's a term that has like changed a little bit over the years. So Nerdcore fundamentally, it's not truly a genre. It's kind of it's a category, but not a musical genre, if that makes sense. So like Nerdcore is just music about nerd things. So like it doesn't have to be anime, but like it's often like anime, video games, you know, sci-fi, fantasy, like math, like you know, like any kind of like typically nerdy things, like making music about that counts as nerdcore. Typically it's like you wouldn't call it nerdcore if like a mainstream artist did a song that had, you know, an anime reference. You would more call it nerdcore if like the artist focused on that more. Like for instance, like you wouldn't call it nerdcore when Biggie says like that he's getting Super Nintendos.
Yeah,
obviously.
Right. Yo, that's pretty tight nerdcore bar, bro. So okay, but so like, nerdcore is like you could have a rock nerdcore track. You could have a synth pop nerdcore track.
Yeah.
Because obviously
and the nerdcore hip hop is just a really
out
big
of everyone I know
it.
It's hip hop, it's rap. Like I guess maybe because of epic rap battles of history, or like just the way that you can kind of more easily kind of, I don't know, compose or write.
There's a lot of like
songs from
there's a lot of storytelling. I think that like the reason why nerdcore is so largely hip hop, and seen that way, is because like the first wave of nerdcore in like the late 90s, early 2000s, back when like Rhyme Torrents was a thing, like MC Frontalot, who his birthday was actually this week, but he's like either the first or like one of the first people to start using the term nerdcore to describe like nerdy hip hop. So like people like him and like Mega Ran, and like MC Lars, and then later like Schaefer the Dark Lord, Kabuto the Python. Like these are all people that like. And obviously MC Chris.
When was this?
This was like I said, late 90s, early 2000s.
That's crazy. What were they writing about?
So they did MC Lars has done a lot of songs about like literature, like classic literature.
And you could call that nerdcore?
He did like a whole album crazy. About Edgar Allan Poe, I think.
That's wild.
Schaefer the Dark Lord, one of his first most famous songs was just like a future sci-fi. He's kind of like a like horrorcore as well, like
Yeah.
or at least his early stuff was. So it's like really like just kind of like extreme.
I can see that
But
being
one of his
Edgar Allan
earliest-
Poe or like Lovecraft inspired or some shit.
Yeah, Schaefer actually came, like, he was in metal bands for a long time.
Right.
So he brought a lot of that kind of like shock value to his early stuff. One of his first songs is like this future kind of like cyberpunk, I guess, song about like how he's gonna like have sex with his clone. And that was like a really really popular song from him early on. Yeah, Beefy is another one. He's done a lot of songs about video games. He has a song about pinball. He has a song just about his sword collection on his newest album, or one of his, I think, last year's
I
album.
want a sword, bro.
Yes.
Oh, we
Yeah.
talked about obviously Dan Bull as well before.
Yeah, right. I was gonna
before we
mention
got
Dan
going.
Bull because Dan Bull is like his stuff in like I want to say like the early 2010s maybe. Like I don't remember exactly when like the Skyrim rap came out. Probably not that long after Skyrim came out. But like
Yeah, probably.
that was that rap specifically has been the influence for so many nerdcore rappers.
Yeah, I used to listen to Dan Bull a lot
Yeah.
back when I had a different Twitch channel. I actually I emailed him and I was like, "Yo, could I use your music for like in the background of my streams and shit?" And he was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So like that was pretty cool. But
so
yeah,
cool.
like Dan Bull has been my the only person that I really knew in that whole
Yeah.
or knew about in that whole like bubble, I guess.
Yeah.
Until very recently.
And he kind of ties into ERB too, because he's been on at least two. He was
He's been in a
Jack the
couple,
Ripper, and he was Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
So yeah, he definitely has ties to that. I feel like
Nerdcore
the
lore.
nerdcore shift, yeah, nerd lore. I feel like the shift recently is like a few years ago, nerdcore, at least on YouTube, had a lot to do with video games, and recently it's
Yeah.
really shifted more towards anime. So now I think people hear nerdcore and they're like, oh, anime rap, because that's what so much of it is right now.
Yes, that's definitely what I hear. Even though like I know of Dan Bull and stuff, like I didn't know the word nerdcore until I had sort of met Daniel and Connor and Schwabity as well, and it was like it's all anime rap, and
Yeah.
that's what nerdcore is to me now. So in your current stuff, I assume your focus is mostly anime as well.
Yeah, I think like I do probably right now I'm doing like an equal amount of like anime rap and then just like stuff that may include anime references but isn't actually based on any particular show.
Right.
So which is what I would call like more general nerdcore, like I don't know, like a song of mine like Microphone Murderer, which is kind of a funny name for a song because that is fully a I forget who did a song called Microphone Murderer. It might have been Notorious B.I.G. It was either him or maybe MF Doom. But like, yeah, I called it that as a placeholder title and then forgot that I was calling it that because it was already a pre-existing song. And then I put the video up and I had already titled it Microphone Murderer.
Right.
So now I just have a song that
working
has the
title.
same name as a very famous song. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that one, like, it's not about, a particular anime, but like it has, references in it. There's actually a lot of like furry
so-
musicians out there that I feel like don't get as much like people don't know about them.
There's because someone in chat again, and I'm wondering the same as like now as well. Like, there's also a lot of people that do like parodies, that make
Yeah.
like music parodies of like video games or anime. Like, would that fit in that same nerdcore vein, or is that a separate genre?
Yeah. So you mean like a Minecraft parody song?
For instance, yeah.
Yeah. Like those are like the biggest examples I can think of.
Yeah.
But,
Wait,
like,
well,
yeah, like,
what's his name? Captain Sparkles, or whatever. Is that a Minecraft parody song?
Is that who did Don't Mind at Night, or who did that? Who did
The
Don't
Captain
Mind
Sparks
at Night?
one is shit. What's it called? Bro, we were fucking memeing about that shit for the longest
So
time.
way down in the mine, got the pickaxe.
Yeah,
from...
yeah. Fucking DJ
Yeah,
Got Us
yeah,
Falling
yeah.
in Love
Yeah.
by Usher, but Minecraft.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't see like I I can't really think of a term that would describe that better. Like, although I will say, like,
I guess
Minecraft
it's a
parody is
nerdcore
pretty much
parody,
its own,
right?
Yeah, like Minecraft parody is really its own genre, I think. It's such a specific like thing, specifically Minecraft, specifically parodies. I will say that like nerdcore artists, I think a lot of us took a lot of inspiration from Weird Al, like his especially stuff like Amish Paradise or like White and Nerdy, obviously.
Big up.
Yeah, so it's like nerd rap, but it's like obviously he does parodies too. So like I think there's a lot because I think nerdcore rap, like nerdcore hip hop in itself, early on with artists like Coolsy and like Whitey Cracker.
Oh my god,
they're like
Whitey Cracker, boys. That's my
Whitey Cracker.
That's a rap.
Yeah, it's like it's YT Cracker. He's a hacker. He actually got initially got like national attention because he hacked like a government website.
Oh,
and then he started like he rose to like prominence as a nerdcore rapper, one of the early ones. But like the genre kind of like parodied gangster rap, so it was just like the genre itself, like nerdcore rap to begin with, was at least certain sides of it were just directly a parody, like a genre parody of a genre. So it's like it's gangster rap, but it's about like my like Casio, like calculator watch, which is very much like inspired by White Nerdy.
The juxtaposition in that is very entertaining. Now it seems a lot less tongue in cheek.
Lends itself to parody.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
It seems a lot more like people love. Okay, so I have one question because I think I asked this to ConnorQuest and Rustage as well. So Rustage, in fact, possibly both of them, I don't remember exactly, but he's a manga man, okay?
Oh yeah.
So are you a manga man or are you an anime man?
Like vastly more anime. The only manga that I've read is One Piece, and I'm not like super far in yet. And the reason that I'm reading One Piece is purely because of Rustage.
Yeah.
Like he convinced me to read it. I will actually. The other manga that I've read is Xiao Dou's manga, The Way of Xiao. So that's like that and One Piece are the only ones I've read. I would like to read more. It's just like I don't love reading it on the computer.
Yeah.
And like buying manga gets hella expensive. So I just watch anime.
It was very strange to me because obviously when you think nerdcore, you think anime raps, you think like weebs, you think anime. But when I was getting into it with Daniel, he was like almost purist about he reads I don't think he watches One Piece at all. Because
I wouldn't be surprised.
One Piece is basically apparently the anime is basically straight from the page anyway. So if you've read the manga, you don't need to watch the show, which I also thought was very strange. That's very odd to me. But I guess in some way and with a much bigger budget, we also have the Marvel movies, which is maybe not quite as true to the source material as anime's like intent
Definitely
on being,
not.
but it's
plus fucking like comic books get like rebooted and shit.
Right.
Like, Spider-Man has had 5 different origin stories. Iron Man has had 5 different origin stories.
Yeah, that's true.
It's, you know what I mean? And they in the Marvel movies they kind of like pick the best from all of the different ones and kind of.
Yeah, and in manga they have one poor guy who's churning out like fucking a comic a week so that they can make an episode a week of the anime, and it's all going to be the same shit, which is a very strange concept.
Like something like One Piece or like I'm trying to think of like some other. There's some other like really long running manga. I'm trying to remember. I think Touch is one. It's a baseball. It was a baseball anime, but it was based on a manga. And then Mixed Meisei Story is the newer one. Both baseball animes that take place in the same universe. But like that I think was one of like the longest run. Or like Haikyuu was like a long running manga, and it's just like one long arc, Yeah. So I feel like there's a little bit more of like sort of like narrative purity in manga than you find in Western comics. So I can see like why people get super involved. I will say like
it makes you
from
wonder
the
how people don't get
perspective
tired of it though. You know what I mean? Like when it is
Yeah.
like one long. We were just talking about Warcraft before we sort of started the stream and stuff, which is at this current point. I mean, it has been one. There are still threads, one long arc of the world of Azeroth and everything, but like every expansion, some new world gets added, and that new world has its new adventures and lore and stuff like that. But
it's all somehow linked to the original place.
and like when you think of something that I don't think if I was invested in Warcraft from day one, I don't know, man. That's a long time to just care about the same thing. Is that a weird? Is that a weird point? It's like with manga especially. It's like, from what I've seen in anime, it just seems a little like sometimes repetitive and like obviously exaggerated, larger than life characters that I don't know.
I think it depends on like on the type of show and the show, because like some of them there's a lot of filler. I don't really like shows that have a lot of filler, which is a lot of the Shonen Jump stuff has filler.
Yeah, when people say filler with regards to anime, it's like specifically stuff that wasn't adapted from the source material, right? So it's like
usually,
the studio has made their own episodes with their own story. But if you know the manga, then you know that the filler episodes are pointless. They're like,
or just like
it's
repetition.
a very strange culture.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like. I actually really like stories that stick with the same character from like a young age all the way to like, you know, growing up and like falling. I think that's really cool, and I think it's not something you see a whole ton of in Western media.
Right.
So like I really like that. I can understand how like it wouldn't be for everybody, but that's one thing that I definitely like do enjoy about anime, and then manga. And like the reason why I want to read more of it is because like when you have, for instance, like One Piece or like Naruto, and you want to like catch up on something, trying to watch that many episodes of something is just like it's Sisyphean. It's incredible. Like there's so much, but if you can just like read through it, you know, you can blaze through it way
Aren't
faster.
there like guides out there for like anime with a lot of fillers that are like, okay, if you want to watch the anime, watch
they'll tell you the core episodes. Yeah.
All
right. Moving on from anime and manga and nerdcore, you said you write screenplays?
Yeah.
Original screenplays, do they go anywhere? Do you just write them as a creative outlet?
So I've written a couple. I don't know if they would count as screenplays, but like I've written some like ad copy for a few places. Like that's a side job that I've had for a little while. So those are like for like TV or radio ads. But yeah, I also write like original screenplays. I've written like a couple short films. One of them was like a film I made in college. And then like I've had this feature that's been like almost done for like 2 years. You know how it is. Everybody has like a feature film they're working on. But yeah, I think screenwriting for me is like overall, it's one of the few sort of creative outlets that I have that isn't like directly for display. Like it's not like something that I do and then immediately put out.
Yeah.
So like I'll write something and then just like have it.
Like a labor of love sort of thing. Just
yeah. And it's not like I would never want to do anything with it. It's just kind of like if I never do, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the few things that I enjoy just like making and then like having, like doing for its own sake. But yeah, I took like screenwriting course in college, and I took some like film directing and like video editing classes as well. So it's just something I'm interested in.
Do you think, I don't know, where you are now, like, do you think film is an industry you think you might end up in, or would aim to end up in, or you want to work on music, or you know, where are you
I don't really
planning
see
to
them.
be?
I don't really see them as like exclusive. I think like right now, like I definitely like doing music, and I don't think I'll ever like want to stop doing music. I wouldn't like I wouldn't give it up to do something else. But I could definitely see like writing maybe like an original series for for some kind of like platform that was related to what I do now. Like a lot of I think a lot of like YouTubers and stuff have like gone on to do like Olin Rogers is a good example. Like
I was gonna say with the varying levels of success and critical reception.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people like they achieve success or like popularity on a platform, and then they like somebody comes up and they're like, "Hey, do you want to do a TV series?" But it's not something that they like wanted to do, or
and
like
just like
it's kind of just like, here's the opportunity, but there's no like thought put into it. And
like making music, for example. We had that big wave of like Jake Paul and shit making music, and it was like, why is anybody doing this? That was a big thing as well.
Yeah, and like diss tracks was also like a big thing on YouTube for like a little while.
I think you can really tell the difference between like a cash in and like something that somebody's passionate about.
Well,
I wouldn't.
I think I was very quick to like KSI, for example. I was very quick to write it off as a cash in because it was at that same time that like Logan and Jake Paul were writing diss tracks about each other and shit like that. But having like seen KSI be interviewed by like Anthony Fantano, it seemed like music was always something that KSI wanted to try. And I guess when you look back, he did like dumb songs about Emil Heskey and stuff like that. And it's like, I guess he always did have some kind of musical creativity. It was just bad timing for him to come out with a rap when like
but he's released some proper like albums now.
Yeah. It's like
gotten some fucking wild features as well.
He's been doing outspoken,
a lot of shit.
Like saying like this wasn't just I'm gonna do music because I can. It was like he genuinely wanted to try music.
And I guess
obviously,
he like the way he did it was he built this platform through YouTube, right? And then now that he has the
influence,
the means and the platform and the influence to branch off and start doing music properly, like it's all the shit, dude. Like he's doing well and it's working out for him. So
all right, it's 9:00. So
yeah, it is.
Well, actually,
it's 10.
Usually, we usually finish at 8:30, but I figured I'd get some more of the like the big questions in the last 5 minutes apparently.
Lightning round.
But I mean, it's been
when editing,
fucking great.
Dude, I'll like cut the podcast halfway through and just swap them around so that it starts with this.
So it starts with us talking about like what do you do? Where do you want to be? You write screenplays. What is? We probably should have started with what is Nerdcore. I feel like that maybe would have been a good jumping off point. Is we have Freeced here. He's a Nerdcore artist. What the fuck is that?
People need to know about the snacks. I would turn the podcast off if they didn't lead with snacks. That's my requirement.
Fair.
Anytime I start a new podcast, I'm like, do they talk about snacks for the first 40 minutes? If they don't, I find a different podcast.
We really talked about snacks for the first 40 minutes.
It was a great. It was educational.
It was it?
Yeah. I learned what a
fair
Mr. Good Bar is.
There you go.
Okay. There you go.
Freeced. Shout out to Parma Violets.
Anyone watching in chat, check out Freeced. He's going to be coming to Twitch.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, soon. I've been saying like I hope to start streaming soon. I say it a lot and I always mean it. But so yeah, I still mean it. Twitch.tv.
What's your Twitch? You have your Twitch channel.
It's twitch.tv.
How many E's?
6 E's in the middle. So it's FREEEEEECED. Because Freeced was taken and I get frustrated easily sometimes.
Follow real quick.
Just leaned on the keyboard, yeah.
This page is there it is. Thank you, Twitch. Hey, hello.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Should be a profile picture of me with like a pan flag behind me. That's me.
Actually, I should probably do the same.
Yep. I mean, this is cool though, because typically when we do our podcast and we have a guest, right, it's someone that we've known for a while, right? Like someone that we play games with or whatever. So it was definitely a cool, like, interesting way of doing it. It's just like I'd never spoken to you until like an hour before podcasts, and this has been fun. It's been
delightful
fun way of like getting to know someone. Yeah, right.
It has,
So,
dude.
I listened
it's
to some
been
of
a
your
while,
music
actually.
throughout the week. I was like, okay, we're gonna have this guy on the podcast. I should probably familiarize myself with what he does. So I listened to some of your songs.
Blessed.
Some pretty good shit.
Thank
I
you.
sub to the YouTube.
I listened to a podcast.
Appreciate
That was my
that.
research. Is I listened to the podcast with Me Catastrophe because
There was one
He's a homie.
that I really
Oh,
liked that I listened
great.
to. Wait, hold up. And it's a very recent one, and I think it's what's it called? It's like one of your newest ones, I think, but it was fucking.
One of my new
dope.
songs.
The
let's see,
fucking
what did I-
the fucking the one take Nerdcore rap, Angry God. I fucking
Angry God.
I fuck with that. Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was sick.
Thank
that was
you.
sick.
I like
listened to that,
those one
a
takes.
couple days ago.
They're intimidating
That
to
was
try
dope.
and do, but I really enjoy them.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was I
Appreciate
enjoyed that. I like I think hip hop / rap is like my most listened to genre. So I do like myself some creative new rap to listen to, and I really like that video in particular.
I like those too because like they're not, it's not an anime rap, so I feel like it's more accessible if you're like not like super
Yeah,
into
because
nerdcore.
like I don't hate anime, right? But it's not my like I've watched
Yeah.
like one anime throughout my life, Death Note. I enjoyed it.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, it was good.
Gotta.
But if you tell me like, yo, here's some anime for you to watch, I'm like, sure, man.
I
yeah.
tried.
Yeah, like let me
Once
put
Upon a
that over here.
Time,
Watch it later.
I tried Konosuba, and it was very strange. It was a very strange experience because it was like.
Is that the
sort of
only
my
one that you
community
tried?
Seto No, I like I said, I watched Naruto when I was younger,
Okay.
and
Was that the one where you said there was like just a lot of unnecessary
it was
tits?
just ass and titties, dude. And I feel like
Yeah.
it's tongue in cheek, but it was just strange sitting there with like one of my homies, just watching Konosuba, and like
Yeah. It can be difficult to smooch the homies after an awkward moment like that.
yeah, right.
I mean, Duke smooches the homies all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So like that
I'm a
doesn't
homie
stop him,
smoocher.
trust me. Dude, he.
Oh my god.
Not during Corona time, but
For anyone for anyone who is checking out my YouTube, pay attention let's say Friday, so tomorrow, because I have a single coming tomorrow that is just called Smooches for the Homies.
oh my
There
god,
you go.
that's
yeah.
blessed. Okay.
That's gonna be Duke's anthem.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna be all from us.
Hope you had fun.
Yeah, I hope
Freeced.
you had a good time.
I had so much fun.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
so
had
much
a
for
great
having me
time.
on.
You know,
Yeah.
if you ever wanna, do this again, feel free. We'd love to
Absolutely.
have you on again.
There are many snacks left untalked about.
Many snacks. Fuck's sake, talk
Yeah,
about
we didn't
snacks
get
in
it.
the
We
first
didn't even
place.
talk about lion bars, bro. And that's one of my favorites. Like,
Dude, lion bars. No, I refuse to get
Okay.
back into this. Stop. No.
thank you for watching,
It's been
everybody. Freeced again. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And this has been Pass the Salt podcast.
Yes, sir.